Why should we pay attention to the Hogan's Alley block in the Northeast Falls Creek plan? Let's explore today. But where is Hogan's Alley? Here's Main Street 800 block east side, before the demolition to build the viaduct, the sub-area 60 of Northeast Falls Creek plan. Its official name, City District Lot 196 Block 21, originally covers Main Street 800 to 850, Union Street 218 to 278, and Pryor Street 219 to 259. The colored boxes had premises on it, while the white ones were vacant land lots. This area claims to be the former location of Hogan's Alley. Social media from the past decade keeps using these photos from this block as the photos of Hogan's Alley. But an 1898 vintage map in Hogan's Alley rezoning application in June and November of 2021 seized my attention, so I researched again about the location of Hogan's Alley. From the public document of City Vancouver, located in the Northeast Falls Creek Sub-Area 60, District Lot 196 Block 21, Hogan's Alley Working Group Workshop Report in July 2017 by Perkins and Will. The report stated that the name of Hogan's Alley was unofficial. That means that this street did not exist. 1898 page 9 of the report had inaccurate annotation. Here is that actual map. On page 9 of the report, the street name of DuPont Street, which is East Pender Street at present, was covered with a line and labeled it as Kiefer Street. As such, the location of Hogan's Alley was moved up one block, emphasizing the location and exaggeration of the size of Hogan's Alley. Enlarged is the vintage map. Here was the beginning of Vancouver Chinatown, and the word DuPont is clearly visible. Falls Creek Flat before the landfill, at the edge of the water, was at the end of Carroll Street and Columbia Street. No wonder Chinatown was called the Saltwater City in the old days. Back then, part of the Westminster Avenue was between the water. At present, Main Street. Here's page 12 to 13 from the report. Top left photo, a 6-story building labeled as BCER's men's quarters. But the file information of LGN 948 from Vancouver Archive stated it was BCER headquarters in construction. On the left-hand side is the clipping from Henderson's Great Vancouver City Directory. Henderson's listed the west side of Westminster 800 block being BC Electric Rail Shops, and 901 to 3 was BC Electric Railway's warehouse. Not only was the building too grand to be a men's quarters, Henderson's listings showed BCER used the premises as their depot office later on. Next to it, a few Main Street photos we had browsed earlier. The backlane photos of Union and Pryor Streets on page 13. Only those shabby photos among the others were used. There was no trace of Hogan's Alley. On page 14 of the report, between London Hotel on Main Street 700 block and London Drugs on Main Street 800 block, there was only a modern barber shop. Directory listings of 700 to 850 Main Street in 1949, the 24 records of the shop were trimmed down to 9. So, was the information inaccurate? Here's the listings from 1949 Henderson's Great Vancouver and New Westminster City Directory for Main Street 800 block, Union and Pryor Streets 200 block. From there, you might get an idea about how the social media has used irrelevant photos of the image of Hogan's Alley. According to the diagram from Vancouver Public Library, the T-shaped Hogan's Alley was made up with Park Lane as the head of the T. Let's see the location of Park Lane. From the Street Names of Vancouver published by Vancouver Historical Society in 1999, Park Lane was a short street between Pryor Street and the north shore of Falls Creek and parallel to the east of Main Street. Therefore, Hogan's Alley couldn't be at the Main Street 800 block east side. Here's a map from 1889 showing the location of Park Avenue. The blue line marked the waterfront. The reverse L-shaped Park Lane ran parallel to Westminster Avenue and perpendicular to Pryor Street. Let's check again the 1898 vintage map for Park Lane's location. This is another map from 1912 in a different perspective. After the demolition for building the viaduct in 1970, the first ever mention of Hogan's Alley in the newspaper was in 1973, while Puccini's used Hogan's Alley as their name for their lounge in the basement. Puccini's was an Italian restaurant started in 1915. From the 1970s, 80s to 1990s, all the news coverage of Hogan's Alley was the ads for Puccini's jazz, blues, and soul performances. That was the nightlife of Hogan's Alley. In the middle was the match cover for Puccini's and Hogan's Alley. On the right-hand side, a news clipping from 1988, a fire hall play first mentioning Hogan's Alley's location. That was at the Georgia Viaduct. Let's end here. Please Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.